Hi YouTubers, it's Ive Used, so talking about base right now is something important, so welcome to the special video. Yes, fuck yeah, welcome to the special video. So anyway, it's going to be 12 years since I started smoking, pretty fucking cool. So anyway, I have a glass of water right here in case I get a dry throat. I have my template right here, and I have my new iPhone, so I can record damn long videos, fucking long videos on this fucking iPhone. Anyway, enough cussing. So anyway, let's jump right into it. So this is celebrating 12 years since I started smoking. Today is my 30th birthday. I'm 30 years old today. Pretty fucking cool. And yeah, so anyway, so I turned on the camera. I introduced myself, said hi. Obviously, I'm smoking SC77, and this is going to be 12 years since I started smoking. If you're familiar with this video, how it works, you've seen my anniversary videos before. You know I read off a word template, and basically I discuss, I celebrate, rather, 12 years since I started pipe and cigar smoking. So I am a pipe and cigar smoker, big ass cigar smoker, big ass pipe smoker, and I'm celebrating 12 years since I started smoking, which is weird because most people celebrate when they quit smoking. So anyway, enough talking that kind of bullshit. So basically how it's going to work is, and my older subscribers know this shit. They know this shit damn well. I read off a word template. Now people might be kind of weird and kind of, weirded out and say, hey, Smoking Essie, why aren't you giving eye contact, And in general, people with Asperger's don't give eye contact in general, so don't think I'm being rude. Don't think I'm ignoring you guys by looking down at the word template like this. In general, it's not to be rude, so don't think by not giving eye contact to camera, it's being rude, fucking rude. So anyway, I know a lot of people interpret, not giving eye contact as being rude. So next thing I want to discuss what I have smoked and used in the last 12 years for tobacco products. I have used cigarettes, cigarellos, tobacco blunts, cigars, little cigars, pipes, cigarillos, hookah, nasal snuff, and e-cigarettes. So I've used a shitload of tobacco products. I have used pretty much every single tobacco product with the exception of chew, dip, and snooze. So in dissolvable tobacco products. So I've used cigarettes, cigars, pipes, hookah, e-cigarettes, nasal snuff, cigarellos, little cigars like DeJarms, little filtered cigars, a hell of a lot of shit lot. Now I want to discuss how I don't chain smoke and I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. So people might get the impression, oh, you've tried all these, these tobacco products, so you're like a daily chain smoker, like, oh, you're smoking, pipe after pipe, cigar after cigar, this shit, and the answer is no. So first off, I only smoke pipes and cigars nowadays. All the other tobacco products I've quit for the most part. And I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. So I quit smoking cigarettes years ago. I was never a big time cigarette smoker, so don't get the impression, oh, you were like a pack a day, 2-pack a day smoker, super addicted to smoking. Never like that kind of bullshit. So as in bullshit is bullshit. So, and I don't chain smoke. So I only smoke on average twice a day, once in a blue moon, 3 times a day, but not like, sitting there with a pipe in my mouth, cigar in my mouth, like all day long, like some people. So, next thing, I explain how I don't chain smoke. Yeah, I simply don't fucking chain smoke. So, I'm not somebody who just sits there with a cigar in my mouth all day long and just stands in the smoking area in my apartment, all day long. I don't even take smoke breaks at work. So I only smoke twice a day. So I don't smoke 2 packs a day or anything like that kind of bullshit. So as in bullshit is bullshit. So next thing is I quit smoking cigarettes regularly almost 11 and a half years ago. So in November of 2009 is when I quit smoking cigarettes regularly. Again, I was never a pack and a half, 2-pack a day, 3-pack a day cigarette smoker, that kind of bullshit. So as in bullshit is bullshit. It was never like, oh, me, smoking a pack and a half a day of Marlboro Reds, all that kind of bullshit, that happy horse shit. Nothing like that. So it was more like, it was just something I did. I mean, it was a dumb thing I did when I was 18 years old. I mean, you do a lot of dumb shit when you're 18 years old. I would just sit on my parents' deck and, yes, I was 18, and just, like, puff a couple cigarettes. So back then, the legal age was 18 years old, and I would just kind of sit on my parents' deck and puff a couple cigarettes. And the most I ever smoked for cigarettes was, like, 2 individual cigarettes per day, not 2 packs, that kind of shit, Next thing is I explain when and why I quit smoking cigarettes regularly in 2009 and quit them altogether in May of 2010 with a few exceptions. So I quit cigarettes regularly, like I typically smoke like one cigarette a day or two cigarettes a day, not two packs, not one or two packs, but like one or two individual cigarettes. Regularly in November 2009. I quit them regularly, and then in May of 2010, I just quit them altogether. Like for that 6 month period, it would be like, okay, I'd have a puff off a cigarette, or if I was stressed out, I was going through a lot of mental health stuff back then, I would like have like one or two cigarettes, so not one or two packs. I really want to get that point across, that fucking point across, that it's not like I'm sitting there smoking a pack and a half a day. So, and with a few exceptions. So since May of 2010, there's been a few exceptions here and there. This kind of shit. That kind of shit. It's like taking like a puff off a cigarette here and there, or somebody's offered me a cigarette, or I've been over to my family's house and they've had a cigarette. Because a lot of my family did smoke. So. Next thing, when was the last time I had a cigarette? The last time I had a cigarette was June of 2013. So I've been completely cigarette free officially since June of 2013. So that is, this year will be 8 years I've been completely cigarette free. So I haven't even had a puff off a cigarette for almost 8 years. Next thing, what I have never used for tobacco products or nicotine products. I have never used chewing tobacco. I've never used dipping tobacco or moist snuff. I've never used wet snuff or Swedish snus or American snus. I've never used dissolvable tobacco products. I've never used patches, gum, any kind of quit smoking aids. We'll get into health in a little bit, but I have never used any kind of quit smoking aids like the patch, the gum, the lozenge, the inhaler. I've never used any like Camel dissolvables. You look like candy, that kind of crap. I've never used like snus or chewing tobacco, plug, twist, dipping tobacco, Copenhagen, Skoal, Redman, any of that kind of shit. So never used any oral smokeless tobacco products, mainly because I think they're fucking disgusting, and also because I've never had any interest in quitting smoking or smoking sensation. So next thing, my favorite tobacco products as of now is the pipes and cigars. By far, pipes and cigars. And by pipes and cigars, I don't mean pot pipes. And by cigars, I don't mean like, black and mild, like Cockfire Black and Milds. I mean, actual handmade pipes, like briar pipes, corncob, briar pipes. And in terms of cigars, I don't mean the crap you get at 7-Eleven or the crap you get at like, your mini mart or your convenience store, your strip store. I mean, actual premium hand-rolled cigars. And don't be a smartass. That doesn't actually mean I've actually, make my own cigars. It means Punch, La Gloria Cubana, Partagas, El Rey de Mundo, Padron, Opus X, Ashton, Santa Fe, all those cigars, they're handmade. They're not just made from like shredded, chopped up tobacco. They're usually used to roll blunts. So, next thing is favorite type of pipes. So my favorite type of pipes currently are briar and corncob pipes. So by far I love briar pipes, love corncob pipes. I actually haven't smoked a corncob for a very long time, very damn long time, fucking long time. But I definitely would. So by far briar is my favorite. Corncob, if I have it, I'll smoke it. But I haven't smoked it in a couple of years. So by far briar is the most common. Next thing is my favorite type of cigars. So favorite type of cigars are Churchill, Toro, Robusto, anything with a small ring gauge. That's the key point. So I don't like those, fucking donkey dick, donkey cock cigars. They're like 8x80, 8x70. Unfortunately, that's where the market is going today, is by like the 8x80, donkey cock or donkey dick cigars. And those are just, I think they're bullshit. So I think bullshit is bullshit, but I think those are complete bullshit cigars. To each his their own. I personally would never smoke like an 8x90 cigar or a 9x90 cigar. Just not my personal cup of tea. So no offense to people who smoke them. Like donkey dick size cigars, like donkey penis size cigars. I don't like the ones with too small of a ring gauge, like the Lanceros, because those tend to have a tighter draw in general. Those tend to have kind of like a snug draw, like you're sucking through a straw, like an ice cube through a straw. But in terms of like the I prefer cigars with a small ring gauge. I don't like the donkey dick cigars, nor do I like cigars with a tiny ring gauge, because it's like tight as a nun's asshole. So yes, funny ass. Next thing, what I've tried for pipe tobacco. So I have tried for pipe tobacco for a pipe. I have tried aromatic, English, Balkan, Virginia, Vapor, Virginia Preak, Burley, English aromatics, crossover blends, hybrids, etc. I have tried a shitload of pipe tobacco, tons of pipe tobacco. I just want to make a point of saying I have tried a hell of a lot of pipe tobacco, a hell of a lot. So I've tried so much pipe tobacco. I mean, I've tried, English, aromatic, crossover blends, hybrids, Virginias, Burleys, Burley Periques, aromatics, flavored, sweet, mild, strong, super strong, shitload of tobacco. So anyway, that's my point. I have tried roughly 330 pipe tobaccos in my day. I know people are going to say that's nothing, and screw the trolls, fuck the trolls, but I've tried a shitload of pipe tobacco. So we're actually done with the first page. Let me just take off the paper clip. So next thing, what my favorite type of pipe tobacco as of now. My favorite type of pipe tobacco right now is probably English. English or Latakia based blend. That's my favorite type of pipe tobacco as of right now. So I love the Latakia based blends or Latakia based blends. I like Virginias also, like non-aromatics Virginias. Those are damn nice, damn decent, But in terms of, I would say the English is my favorite right now. What I've tried for cigars, I've tried Maduro, Natural, Escoro, etc., etc. I've tried a hell of a lot of cigars. I've never really tried Cameroon or Barber Pole cigars, but I've tried a shitload of cigars. I've tried, Natural, Maduro, Connecticut, Escoro, shitload of cigars. Next thing, I want to tell you guys that I've tried a hell of a lot of cigars. So I've tried a shitload of cigars, a hell of a lot of cigars. I mean, so many different kinds of cigars. I've tried so many, different types of cigars. I've tried a hell of a lot of cigars. Next thing, I want to say, how many different types of cigars have I tried roughly? I never will know the exact amount. I don't know the exact amount, unlike pipe tobacco. I've kept track of pipe tobacco. I would say for cigars, at least a couple hundred. So I've tried a damn decent amount of cigars. Next thing, and we're actually into section 2 of this video, so I might split this into 2 parts. We'll see how it goes. Next thing, what I've noticed health-wise. So, what I have noticed health-wise. First off, this is the health-related stuff, because obviously smoking is bad for you. We all fucking know that. So, what I've noticed health-wise. Dry mouth, dry gums, dry throat, waking up with a slightly scratchy throat, getting small sores in the corners of my mouth occasionally due to holding a pipe a certain way, and the morning cough or morning irritation, morning phlegm. So that may sound like a lot, but it's actually on a daily basis. It's not as much as you would think it would be. So I do get some, health problems. So I definitely get a little bit of a dry mouth, a little bit of dry gums and dry throat, a little bit of a scratchy throat, like I have to clear my throat more often, little occasional irritation to my gums from holding a pipe a certain way, and obviously don't inhale a pipe the last damn fucking time. Also, I do get morning cough. So I do get the morning irritation and morning cough. I'll get into that a little bit later. Am I surprised I've noticed so little after 12 years? No. After 12 years, that's not a very long time. Generally, strokes, heart attacks, cancer takes, 20 plus years in most cases. Obviously, I'm not a doctor for the last fucking time. Talk about how 12 years is a big deal. Obviously, it's a big deal because it's a damn long time. It's a fucking long time. Next thing, I want to talk about the morning cough. So I do get, especially in the last, I would say, probably 5 or 6 years, I probably get a little bit of a morning cough. So depending on how late I sleep in the morning, sometimes I sleep till like 8 o'clock or 10 o'clock. Especially if I wake up earlier, on the earlier side, I do get a little bit of congestion in the morning. So, and that's to be expected because you can't look me in the eye and say you don't get any kind of irritation from smoking. So, a little bit of like phlegm in the nose, a little bit of mucus, a little bit of like a scratchy throat, a little bit of tickle in the throat, and a little bit of an on and off cough. Generally lasting 45 minutes to an hour, if not less. And it's just, they call that the morning cough or morning irritation, a little bit of tightness in the chest. And that's just from the smoke, being around you on a regular basis and just from being a daily smoker. That's just a consequence you suffer from being a daily smoker is morning irritation, morning cough. And that's, in most cases, that's what it is. What I do to reduce my health risks. So some things I do to reduce my health risks, because obviously smoking is not good for you, is moderation, not inhaling, smoking in a ventilated space, not smoking cigarettes anymore, rinsing my mouth with water after I smoke, good oral hygiene, having my dentist check my mouth for oral cancer, etc., seeing my doctor. So first off, moderation. So only 2 smokes a day, occasionally 3. Not inhaling. Pipe and cigar smoke is not meant to be inhaled. It will make you cough your fucking brains out. Smoking in a ventilated space. I can't smoke inside, obviously. Not smoking cigarettes anymore. Cigarettes are fucking terrible. They're fucking gross. They're fucking nasty. Rinsing my mouth with water after I smoke. Good oral hygiene, brushing my teeth twice a day, flossing once a day, using mouthwash, having my dentist check me for oral cancer every 6 months, having my my doctor, going to see my doctor once a year for an annual physical, that kind of crap, this kind of crap. Next thing, I don't inhale pipe and cigar smoke. It's not meant to be inhaled, despite what some people say on YouTube. So pipe and cigar smoke, despite what the tobacco smoke inhaling zealots say, it's not meant to be inhaled. So you will cough your fucking brains out if you inhale pipe and cigar smoke. It's not like pot smoke. It's not like cigarette smoke. It's not like hookah smoke or like vapor or like vaping. You will cough your fucking brains out. You will gag and cough. It's not meant to be inhaled. It's meant to be savored in the mouth and enjoyed. Next thing, what my doctor's dentist say about my smoking. My dentist has said in the past, your gums look a little puffy, a little irritated from smoking. A little irritated. Excuse me. I apologize. A little bit of a tickle in my throat talking too much. Your gums look a little puffy, a little bit irritated from smoking. You should quit, obviously. Both my doctor and my dentist have said you should quit. That's their medical legal obligation to say you should quit. My doctor has said you have good lungs. He said he's listened to my lungs. He said, yeah, your lungs sound very clear, very good in general. So, but you obviously should quit. So my dentist, I'm not going to say his name, obviously, for the last fucking time. As of August of 2020, he said regarding my teeth, my gums, my oral health. Yeah, it didn't sound right, blowjob. Basically, he said, your gums look, he said, overall, I have good teeth, no cavities, good oral health in general. My doctor, nice big-ass doctor, like the big-ass cigar. Not going to say his name, obviously, that's his confidentiality for last fucking time. He said, you should quit, obviously. He's encouraging me to quit. That's his medical legal obligation. He said, you should see a dentist regularly because one of my old doctors said, you should see a dentist regularly because you're smoking a pipe and that carries a risk of oral cancer, holding a pipe a certain way. Your lungs sound great overall. One of my old doctors say my lungs sound great overall. Biggest thing I can attribute to pipe and cigar smoke in terms of health is the morning cough, the dry mouth, the dry gums, the dry throat. So dry throat, dry mouth, dry gums, and the morning cough is the biggest thing I can attribute to pipe and cigar smoking so far, knock on wood. What I notice in my daily life in terms of health-wise is my throat is a little bit more sensitive. My mouth is a little bit more sensitive to hot and cold foods. My lips are a little bit more sensitive to hot to cold weather. I notice I get a cough in the morning. So definitely the morning cough on a daily basis. That's to be expected, which most smokers get eventually. My lips a little bit more sensitive to hot and cold foods in the cold weather. A little bit more chapped. My mouth is a little bit more sensitive to hot and cold foods, not spicy foods, but hot and cold foods temperature. My throat is a little bit more dry and sensitive. Next thing, I want to talk about what health problems I don't have. So I don't have shortness of breath for the most part. Occasionally, a little bit in the morning, but not much. Little bit of no, I don't have wheezing. I don't have regular chest infections or colds. I don't have yellow teeth. I don't have stained fingernails. My taste and smell hasn't been altered. So I have a lot of health problems that cigarette smokers have. I don't have that kind of shit. That kind of bullshit. Isn't bullshit is bullshit. So no shortness of breath for the most part, no wheezing, no regular chest infections or colds, no yellow teeth, no stained fingernails, my taste and smell has been altered, etc., etc. So so far, knock on wood, that's pretty good. Next page. And I think I'm actually going to break the video up here. So I'm at 20 minutes right now. I think I'm actually going to break it up right here. So I'll meet you in part 2 after this video is done uploading. See you in part 2. Bye. Big ass cigar for life. Pretty fucking cool. Bye.